Every journey has a beginning. For some, it's a calling. For others, it's a fight for survival. This is Brandon's story, and the story of countless veterans who have come home to a different kind of battle.
I'm Brandon Battleheart. I served in the United States Army, and I was active duty stationed at Fort Drum in New York with the 10th Mountain Division. My MOS was 11 Bravo, infantry. I served one tour in Afghanistan.
Like many veterans, Brandon's path home was anything but straight. Before the uniform, there was struggle. After the uniform, there were new battles, unseen, but just as real.
I was homeless after losing my soccer scholarship through college. My GPA plummeted, and I had no other route than to enlist and serve my country to survive. I did one tour in Afghanistan, and then got out fully disabled with 100% PTSD from the Veteran Affairs. The experience overseas profoundly impacted how I viewed life and my interactions thereafter. One of the hardest parts transitioning back was viewing everything through a threat assessment lens. Everything seemed like a threat. It was a constant fight or flight mentality, making everyday interaction stressful and exhausting. Socially, you're awkward because you're trained to hide, hunt, and operate as a machine. Rehumanizing was a significant challenge, and communicating effectively in a normal social scenario was incredibly difficult for me.
For Brandon, the battlefield never truly ended. It just changed landscapes. What once kept him alive now made the world feel foreign.
When I came back, I didn't even know how to interact with people anymore. It's hard to explain, but I couldn't go back to who I was.
Returning home, Brandon realized that some battles leave marks you can't see. It would take time and community to find his way forward.
Unlike many veterans, I openly address my trauma. I run my mouth about the darkness because confronting it head-on helps me manage and understand it. The VA system prolonged my healing process. There's a massive amount of bureaucracy and red tape just to talk to someone. It compounds the issue, creating frustration and helplessness when you desperately need support. My biggest support network came from the local sheriff's department, SWAT teams, and other veterans with similar combat experiences. Talking with those who've been through similar situations provided validation and essential emotional relief. If you know a veteran struggling silently, the best thing you can do is just listen. Simply listening without judgment is extremely crucial. Be there, be available, and let them express themselves openly. Sometimes it's not about getting help right away. It's about not being alone in that moment. I didn't need fixing, I needed understanding.
Not all wounds bleed. Sometimes it's the silence that weighs the most. For Brandon and many others, healing began when someone simply listened. No judgment, no quick fixes, just presence. Support is more than a system, it's human. It's in those quiet moments that sisterhood and brotherhood is built and hope returns. Brandon's lowest point became the spark for something bigger. Out in nature, far from the noise, a new purpose began to take shape.
The foundation was born out of my darkness and depression that was inside my mind. Laying in a river, contemplating life, nature humbled me. It was a turning point that helped initiate my cognitive healing process. Our mission involves empowering individuals through nature, promoting peer-to-peer support networks, and advocating for legislative accountability to improve veteran care and support systems. Operate around 3 core pillars: strength, purpose, and accountability. We aim to help veterans build resilience, rediscover their purpose, and advocate for meaningful changes to the current system. The peer-to-peer aspect, especially through overlanding trips, has proven immensely powerful, providing camaraderie and healing opportunities in a supportive, judgment-free environment. Everything I do now stems from that very day that I thought it was all over. It wasn't about building an organization. It was about building a lifeline.
One trip, one river, one moment. Sometimes that's all it takes to spark a movement that changes lives. Healing found its home in the overlanding community. Here, the lines between strangers and family blur. On the trail, everyone moves forward together.
I first connected with Overland 870, meeting Brad and Stefan through the Ozark Overland Adventures Patreon group. After that, I was able to attend the first Whiskey Waypoints event. It felt like hanging out with family right from the start. The camaraderie in the overlanding community literally saved my life, giving me back that sense of belonging and brotherhood I missed from the military. Essentially, you experience the military-like camaraderie without the trauma. It just feels natural, supportive, judgment-free, and safe. You're encouraged to be yourself, which is essential for genuine healing.
For veterans, community is everything. Sometimes it's as simple as a night under the stars, a shared meal, or a helping hand on the trail.
It wasn't just another trip. It felt like coming home.
It all comes together at Whiskey Waypoints. More than just a fundraiser, it's a beacon for hope, a celebration of resilience, and a call to action.
The trails that we took during the Whiskey Waypoints, to name a few, was the Car Wash Falls, the water crossing that we went through, and the campfire environment afterwards, gave me the peace that I didn't know I needed. This event provides invaluable exposure, raising awareness about veteran mental health, PTSD, and the critical mission of our foundation. Funds raised directly support annual administrative costs, community outreach programs such as local veteran coffee meetups, and crucial peer-to-peer veteran trips that promote healing and connection. I'm deeply honored and grateful to J3 at the Gap and Overland 870. Their incredible generosity and substantial logistical support have been critical in bringing this event to life and making it possible for us to extend our reach and impact. Events like Whiskey Waypoints help bring attention not only to our cause, but also provide a platform for networking and creating lasting relationships that further our ability to support veterans. People are going to witness something real here. Something they can stand behind and support. Whiskey Waypoints is not just an event, it's a starting point.
Every ticket, every handshake, every story shared, it all fuels the mission. Together, we're building something that lasts. With every mile, the foundation grows. New faces, new stories, new dreams for a better future.
Looking forward, my hope is to significantly expand the foundation. We're already ahead of schedule, getting national attention and building connections beyond what we initially envisioned. In 5 years, our primary goal is to actively pursue legislative advocacy to hold the system accountable. Meaningful change requires consistent, strategic efforts to address the systemic gaps veterans face when returning home. Long term, my dream, which is a big dream, is to establish a fleet of purpose-built rigs available to veterans who need to escape, reset, and heal in nature without worrying about gear or logistics. These rigs would allow veterans the freedom to reconnect and recover fully. We're building something that doesn't just react, it transforms. This isn't just a hope, it's a plan, and it's already happening.
Every step forward is a step for someone who needs it most. The work continues on every trail, at every event, and in every story shared. If you know a veteran, check in on them. Share a meal. Share a story. You might just save a life.
In closing, check in on the veterans around you. Let them know someone genuinely cares and supports them. Support our mission at the Battleheart Foundation by spreading awareness, donating, or attending our events, especially Whiskey Waypoints. Lastly, join us at J3 at the Gap for Whiskey Waypoints. Together, let's help save lives, support our veterans, build a strong community, and create lasting change. There's someone out there who needs to hear this today. I'm just one story, but I'm not the only one.
Together, we can change the story. Join us at Whiskey Waypoints and be a part of the journey.